Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSL West Georgia. Our service this morning will start with a meditation with Nelta.
Good morning, everyone. So good to see you all. If you would just gently close your eyes and just breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Breathe in deeply. Ignore the phone. Exhale slowly. Just let go of all the tension in your body. Relax the running thoughts. Just feel the tension leave as you relax all the muscles in your face, down through your neck, your arms and shoulders. Relax your torso, down through your legs, and just breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Just enjoy that beautiful connection with the divine. And if you would, just visualize a beautiful crystalline waterfall. It sparkles, it shines. It's very beautiful. I want you to see this beautiful crystalline waterfall as it goes through the crown chakra at the top of your head. And now you're going to have it move down through the chakras in the body. As it moves through the chakras, the flow of the energy will expand out into all of the cells. It moves down through the third eye chakra, sending healing energy throughout the head area, into every cell in that area of the body. And then it goes down through the throat chakra. You can feel the energy. It is beautiful and peaceful. You know it's healing as it moves through the body. Now it's moving down to the heart chakra, sending out healing energy through all of the cells in that part of the body. The healing energy is moving down to the solar plex chakra. And it's sending out healing energy to all of the cells in that area. And now it moves down to the sacral chakra, sending out all the healing energy to the cells in that part of the body. The healing energy is moving down to the root chakra, sending out healing energy to all of the cells in that part of the body. You can feel the healing energy moving through all of the cells in your body. It's beautiful and peaceful and has great power. It heals everywhere it touches. It's moving throughout all of the cells in the body. Just enjoy that oneness with spirit. The body has all of the energy that it needs to remain balanced and in harmony. Any excess energy that's not needed to the body for balance and harmony is passed off through the legs and feet. Any energy that is not needed is passed out through the legs and feet for others to use. And now your body is in balance and harmony. I have a good body. I have a strong body. I have a healthy body. And my body is functioning in complete balance and harmony. Functioning absolutely perfectly. This is the way it is and the way that it shall be. Just enjoy that feeling. And now it's time to be back in this present moment. And so it is.
Beautiful way to start the day. Thank you, Nelta. Beautiful. And Talia, thank you. Talia adds to it, doesn't she? With that beautiful sound. Beautiful. It's called a rain stick. Thank you, Cynthia.
Anytime.
And now, if you all would join me in our vision and mission statement. In our vision and vision and mission statement, please stand and let us read together our vision and mission statement along with the declaration of principle. CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. In our declaration of principles, I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now and I rejoice in it. And so it is.
Okay. And
Take it away, girls.
Please remain standing for our morning congregation. Good morning, everyone. Family. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Sing it, Connie. I'm in the right place. Sing it, everyone. The right time. Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm at the right place. Right place. At the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Your soul. Oh, your soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Your soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. Whose soul? Everybody's soul. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Tell your neighbor that. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. My soul. My soul is welcome here. 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 And your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Woo! Yeah. Good morning.
Great to have you back, Cynthia. Yay! Woohoo!
Thank you. I'm so glad to be back. I got a couple of shiners and a little hurt back, but it's hard to put a good woman down.
It is, honey, and you are looking good.
Thank you.
And speaking of good women, we now have our wonderful Connie. She's going to do a reading for us this morning. Please welcome Connie.
Hey, family. Okay, I'm just going to read straight out of our Science of Mind magazine. I thought it was pretty good this Sunday, so I'd share it with you. It says, stay inspired. Believe that life is worth living. Your belief will help create the fact. That's William James. With every new inspiration of thought, we appreciate something of God. With every outpouring of life expressed in faith and good deeds, we are expressing God. That's Ernest Holmes. I get it. We live in times when we find it hard to stay inspired. With the new showings of all humanity's inhumanity, we sometimes find it difficult to stay in a space of love. Sometimes I find myself in a space of wonderment, by which I mean that I wonder why this keeps happening. We humans are interesting creatures. We waste so much time wondering which bachelorette will get a rose, what's the latest fashions are, what the politicians are doing in this nation and around the world. I'm not saying that paying attention to that last part is not important. What I'm saying, though, is that we can't allow ourselves to get distracted from who we came here to be. Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Every experience is an opportunity to love. Every experience is an opportunity to grow. To stay inspired, we must keep our focus on which we do desire. Do not allow yourself to be distracted from expressing your God-given desire. You are here on purpose, for a purpose. To be sure, we can stick our heads in the sand. We can, however, be keenly aware of what's going on and staying focused and inspired to bring our desires to manifestation. Your desire for peace can help change the world. And the affirmation, I am inspired to live my dreams. I inspired others to do the same. And so it is.
Thank you, Connie. All right, we've got a Ricky Byers song for you this morning. Everybody can sing along. We're going to get you in a groove thing for Miss Janet to get up here and talk, okay?
Okay.
Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Whoa, whoa. Wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Whoa, whoa. This next line is pour your joy. Sing it with us. Pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour your joy in me.
Pour your joy in me.
Pour your joy into my heart. Whoa, wonderful. Shine your light. Shine your light in me.
Shine your light.
Shine your light into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit. Shine your light. Shine your light
into my heart.
Oh, wonderful Spirit. Sing your song. Sing your song with me. Sing your song
into my heart.
Wonderful Spirit. Sing your song. Sing it into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Sing your song. Sing your song.
Sing your song with me.
Whoa, wonderful Spirit. Such a nice groove to the song. Connie wants to sing jazz to it. Dance and smile. Dance and smile with me. Dance and smile into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Dance and smile with me. Dance and smile into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Oh, wonderful Spirit.
Shine,
Wonderful Spirit. Ricky Byers.
I didn't see any lighters. Woo! They were there, though, in our hearts, right? And speaking of in our hearts, today we have someone that is deep in all our hearts, our own Janet Jackson. And Janet and I have talked about her coming to speak with us for a very, very, very long time. So when we discovered, yes, indeed, we were going to get to have her, I was very, very enthusiastic about it. So I want to tell you a little bit about Janet because I don't know how many of you really know her. I'm going to read a little bit. It's just a snippet about her. Her biography goes on for 6 pages if you want to look it up. There is that much that she has accomplished in her very short life. One of the things that she's accomplished is this fabulous book. This is very, very personal book. It's about she and one of her boys. And it is so beautifully, compassionately written that it touches everyone's heart, and for mothers especially, and for families. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful book. You can see mine is kind of worn. I have read it a couple of times, and it is a stunning book, but I wanted you all to know about this book. Plus, I actually have 2 of these. This is a journal, a mindfulness meditations journal. And it says it's an easy mindful exercises to daily living in the moment. And I brought this one because I haven't filled this one out. My other one is full of stuff. But if you all want to see what she teaches, this is what she teaches, y'all. Just part of it. And it is absolutely fabulous. So I brought it with me today. So y'all, I'll have it over on my table. So if you want to look through it, please do. Now, a little bit more about 15 pages, but I'm only going to do a couple of paragraphs. Mindfulness teacher and award-winning author Janet Jackson believes you can have inner peace even in the middle of chaos. This is the unwavering belief and teachings of her trainings, speeches, and coaching. Janet is an award-winning author, a certified mindfulness teacher, and a corporate trainer. She teaches live online classes for eMindful, which helps individuals and organizations become more resilient and support greater wellness. Her biography, A Cry for Light, A Journey into Love, won the USA Book News Award. She has taught employees mindfulness and effective communication for companies including Boeing Aircraft, Kia Manufacturing, Univision, T-Mobile, Ultimate Software, and, get this, the Internal Revenue Service. If anybody needed mindfulness. Other organizations Janet has taught include law enforcement, healthcare workers, parents, teachers, college students, and entertainment industry professionals. A communications expert, Janet shows how she had to find inner peace practicing mindfulness during her 20 years promoting celebrities for ABC and CBS television networks while raising 3 children, one with special needs. Mindfulness, says Janet, kept me balanced because I could release stress in high pressure situations. So here to help us with any high pressure situations we have, please welcome Janet Jackson.
This is high pressure with Sandy's introduction. Marcia and I have worked out where I'm going to point because I usually have a PowerPoint where I have the controls here, and beautiful Marcia is going to do it for me. So when I point, that's what I'm doing. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. You don't know the energy that you're giving off, that you have given to me when I came here at the first time and getting over some terrifying situation, but I'll talk about this briefly. But your love is just captivating. You know, just today, too, if you walk in here and anybody who's on the camera and Facebook, you got to come in. You've got to feel this energy. So I'm going to thank you so much. And just like Sandy says, she's been talking to me about a couple of years about coming. But a few sessions ago, Shauna had talked to me about coming. She says, I have 3 dates that I speak. And she says, but you like one. And I said, oh, Shauna, you know, that's kind of my job. I keep those 2 separate. She says, but we don't know you. And I said, well, you know, I come in and I hug you guys and have some coffee or whatever. I know you, you know, but we don't know you. And it just rang in my head. And so I said, the next day I called her and I said, okay, Shauna, I'll come in. So you're going to know me. You're going to have to blame her afterwards. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to talk briefly about how mindfulness and science of mind are really incredibly locked, and it's helped me tremendously. Mindfulness has helped me to stay on the path with science of mind, with Ernest Holmes talks about dealing with the mind and the upsets and things that we go through. So I just want to share with you some of that journey, if you could go with me today. I was growing up in Chicago, and my father was a wonderful baker, a chef at high-end restaurants. And one day we got a call, my mom and I, to come pick him up at the place that he was working at because he had asthma attacks and he had diabetes, and he kept trying to catch his breath. And they told us to go around the side to come in. And so when we went around the side, there was a man standing there with a black suit, and he reached out to shake hands with my mom and to introduce himself. He says, I'm the coroner. And she started screaming, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? So we walked, and she just pushed past him and walked into a room, and there was about 5 guys standing around, and there was a sheet on the floor and a body underneath, and that was my dad, right? I was just horrified at the sight, you know, of just seeing him lie down, because he was such a vibrant, wonderful, joyful person, just had a laugh that was to shake a room. So through that, my mom and I, after the funeral, there was a next door neighbor had said to come to go to church with us, right? So we had moved to Los Angeles, and that's where we met our neighbor. And after that, she asked us to come to church with you. Come go to my church. I'm going back. It keeps going back. Yeah. One more back the other way. Or is it me? Yeah. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Am I controlling this? No. You're controlling your laptop. Yeah, I know, but it just keeps going back. I'm so sorry, guys. So it's going. Okay, we're on this right there. Yes, that's perfect. So anyway, so we went to this church with her, and we couldn't believe it. It's the Ernest Holmes Science of Mind Founders Church in Los Angeles, and walked in there, and I couldn't believe how beautiful this place was. It was like beautiful chairs, and it was just incredible. It was round. I'd never seen a round building like that. When we walked in, the people were greeting us just like greetings that we have here today. But you can imagine a seat of 1,500 people, right? So all that joy multiplied what we have here today. And at that time, it was during the Civil Rights Movement. And I had never seen so many Caucasian people together with Black people at this church. And that's how Ernest Holmes wanted it. He wanted inclusivity. And so you can see that the architect that he hired was Charles Williams, who was an African-American, the first architect who was inducted into the organization. So he didn't just talk about inclusivity, he meant it from the bottom of my heart, which is the basis of what we're teaching here today, to unity. Um, his capital was even 400 seats, so that's how big the place was in addition to that. So this was Ernest Holmes with William Hornaday. And William Hornaday is he took over the church after Ernest Holmes left and was going on tours and that type of thing. And he was the one that helped get the word out around the country and globally. So he had this incredible heavy voice, and it was just surrounded the whole room and just mellow. And what a 12-year-old child sitting there, which is me in a chair, I got his messages. I absolutely got his messages that we are control of our thoughts. Our mind controls everything. And we are absolutely dependent on what our voice says in our heads, that we either follow the voice going negative or positive. And also the other message is that we are one with God. And I couldn't believe it. I was brought up in a Methodist church in Chicago, and I thought, God, one with God? God is inside of me. I'm inside of God. So that stuck with me. That was, yeah. So through that, my mother remarried, and in San Francisco, to another guy who was a baker now with food. So she had a type, right? And he was in charge of the Safeway bakeries in San Francisco. But he was a weekend alcoholic, what they call him, and also a rageaholic. So loud that it was just shakes your body just to hear him screaming on the weekends, and didn't know what else he would do. Even my German Shepherd was shaking from all the yelling and screaming. And so I would take the shepherd in a closet and sit and cuddle him, trying to get through that. But I remembered the voice in my head with Ernest Holmes talking about that we are one with God. We can get through anything with just the right thoughts, and not to think the negative thoughts, but just to know what you want and what you visualize and what you feel you can create. And I kept thinking, you know, I was a writer, a little kid. I used to write everything, and I wanted to go to college, in which I got into San Jose State and did my broadcasting, got my broadcasting degree. And then also from that, I was able to get into CBS as an intern. During that time, it was a recession. And so they weren't hiring anybody, and I took these temporary jobs, and I went from one department to another department waiting for this big opportunity. And it never came in the broadcast, but what did come was a department called Press Information, which is a publicity department. And through that publicity department, I spoke to the boss in charge, and I said, I'd like to come in and write, because I found out that these people were writing, but they also were traveling around the world and traveling parts of, all over the country with actors and celebrities and that type of thing. It was exciting. They were going on these sets. And I said, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. And he says, well, it's a recession, whatever, so we can't hire right now. I said, okay. That was like in September. Right before Christmas, he calls me into the office. He said, are you still interested in this job in publicity? I said, yeah. He says, okay, here's the keys to your office. Here's a secretary, and a credit card is on the way. The only way I got hired was through Science of Mind, what we're studying here, because I kept thinking, regardless that no one's hiring, that God wants me in a position. God wants me to be where I am. And so that faith in that, in knowing that my God self is already there, because I would go home and visualize, this is what I want, this is the place, whatever. So that started this journey. And like I said, the law of mind of cause and effect. And the thought is a cause and the condition is the effect. So these are some of the shows I worked on. And I'm not showing you these shows to impress you, but to express to you that each and every one of you here has that power inside of you. Most of those people there went through horrendous lives. We only see a little capsule of these people, in music and whatever we hear, even the Super Bowl, we see the performances, but we don't know the pain and the suffering that they've gone through. And show business is a business. More rejections that they go through in 1 week than most of us gone through in a lifetime, and that's through their auditions. So it is so important to understand that whatever you're going through is not permanent. It's temporarily, but it's building resilience in you. And if you can say anything about these guys, it's built resilience in them to get where they wanted to go in life. And most of these shows are now streaming on different platforms. But the thing is that sometimes we think, oh, it's not for us. Someone else has that talent. God has given us all this creativity. Whatever you decide to do, that creativity is absolutely swelling up inside of you, waiting to come out, waiting to come out. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter how old you are, young or old. Right inside of you is a God self that says, okay, I've given it to you. And it's bigger than you ever expect, bigger than you ever expect. These are some of the people that I talked to. What part of the job with Publicity was for me to sit down and interview them and take them to restaurants or whatever it is and get their story out and to connect them with different platforms, from talk shows to interviews with newspapers and magazines. But what I found out, that they didn't go to Science of Mind churches, but they did what Ernest Holmes talked about, not just visualizing, but feeling. I'm already there. And I said, God, this is just what Ernest talked about. And they would talk about, but most people say, oh, just visualize. That's why visualization doesn't work. When the book, The Secret, came out, because everybody was visualizing. But they forgot the most important part is to feel like it's already done. And so these people felt that way. They felt that absolutely that I have it, no matter how hard it seems that I already have it, because it's mine. And they went through opposition like crazy, but you don't hear about it, like I said. So one of the biggest things that I have found working with these guys who really have long life in the industry is love. Absolutely love. Carol Burnett here, she and I talked about my background, being raised with a stepfather who was emotionally abusive. And she has gone through that too. But if you see her and know her, and even on television, she was just smiling all the time. That love absolutely came out. Betty White, the first show I worked on was with Mary Tyler Moore. And Betty had this incredible love and just spirit that just is magnetizing. And I remember I took her from our dressing room. I was with a reporter, and we just finished the interview. And this was the first time that she was going to be on a show. She had done game shows, but never dramatic or comedies before. And so we're walking toward the stage because it was time for her to be on. A crew member comes with a basket and says, "Man, please stop and help me." And said, "What's going on?" And he looked inside. There was a little bird had fallen out the nest, a baby bird. And so the assistant director is yelling for Betty, "Come, you got to get on stage." And she's, "No, let me find out what's going on with the bird, But so it showed it was not just people. She had infinite wisdom and infinite love for everybody. And that was so important. And then the other down here is Bubbles, Michael Jackson's chimp, who had a lot of love, right? I went on tour, took on tour with Alex Haley and Norman Lear. And it was incredible because we went on a 5-city tour, just the three of us, right? And it was right after Alex Haley came out with Roots, and it was a big award winner. And we'd go to the airport and people were stopping them left and right, just crowds of people. And whoever it was, I don't care if it's somebody's cleaning the toilet or whatever, he had to talk to him. The same with Norman. Absolutely incredible how these men they weren't into their attitudes or who they were. They just loved people. And that's why they told so many stories, especially Norman told so many good stories about our lives, even through comedy, that they felt that people was the most important thing to them. So it didn't matter how much money they made, but the ones who were most successful were like that. And I remember with Alex one time we were in New York, and he says, I'd like to go and just get some down home food, soul food. Because we were eating these exclusive restaurants, you're riding around in limos all the time, it's just like you feel, fun is fun first, when you get in these things, but then it gets so stagnating. And so we took a taxi, and I had just been arguing with him really. And I said, we can't take a taxi down there. And we can't take a limo either, for sure. But we're going to Harlem, right? And so as soon as we step out the door, all of a sudden we hear someone yell, Alex Haley. Hordes of people all over keep coming, running toward us. And all of a sudden we're just surrounded. And the man taps me on the shoulder. He says, you can get away from everything by coming with me to this haberdashery. It's my shop. So we tried to leave the people. People kept putting pencils in my back and said, sign it, autograph. I said, I'm nobody. He says, you're with him, right? So I'm signing it because whatever. So we get into the shop, and it's a very small, narrow shop. I would say it's from here to the walls here. That's how small it is. It's long, right? As soon as we go inside, then two men come up to the door right where we came in, dark, long suits. And I could just feel that this wasn't right? And one of them yells out to Alex, he says, give me some money. Give me some money, man. And Alex, who was very calm and balanced and always, really subdued type of voice, and he turns to the guy, he says, would your grandmother mind you telling me that? Would your grandmother want you to ask me for money? And the man just kind of like inside, you can see him sink. All that facade of that anger and that frustration just really dissipated. And do you know they sat down there for almost a half hour to talk about the grandmother. The other guy chimed in about his grandmother too. But it came from love, It came from Alex's love radiating out. And so that is so a lesson for me, understanding, because I never wanted to be an actor or even write for the business. All I wanted to do was write stories, But I used to wonder how these people make it. So it was the love, it was the visualization and feeling that they already had, whatever they're going after. So one of the things that, being a CBS, I was promoted into being the person who in charge of the West Coast shows, all of them from Price is Right to daytime shows. And it was absolutely driving me nuts because there was so many people to deal with, from press to agents to the actors and whatever. And how am I going to handle all this stuff? I was, at that time, the only Black person. There was only 3 networks back then, ABC, CBS, and NBC, only 3. And I was the only Black during that, and mostly men. And it was just hard for me. I felt like an imposter a lot of times. I said, I got to get through this. Oftentimes I would leave a set when I visited a show to ask actors for, to do an interview, and I'd cry all the way home because I felt so bad about myself. I didn't have that confidence. I didn't have anything that helped me. And I had high blood pressure. I started eating like crazy. I started, being addicted to sugar. Except my stepfather started that, right? That's a baker in San Francisco. But it was the only reason I wasn't an alcoholic was because he was. I didn't want to be like him. Otherwise, I would have been that way. But I was definitely an emotional eater. So I took yoga classes. I took meditation classes. And I took classes at Founders. The Founders classes on Wednesday night saved me, absolutely saved me. It was often Hornaday was talking about it and talking about how to absolutely let go of the stuff that we carry. And we carry so much stuff, right? So, so the book, here's the original book. This is the one that I absolutely saved my life. It helped me. The basic principles that Ernest Holmes uh, taught, asked Frederick Bales to write this book because it made it simplified, the Big Science of Mind book. And at that time, I wanted a relationship. I wanted something more in my life. I was dating, and it seemed like every guy I was going with was one part of him was good, another person, I like that part, and there's different guys I date. I said, okay, stop it, Janet, stop it. Just stop dating. So on a Friday night, what I'd do is go get some Kentucky Fried Chicken, a glass of wine, and get a rug crafting kit. And I'd sit there and I'd embellish. I'd absolutely suck in the message of Science of Mind, of the right here, right now, I have that person in my life. Absolutely have it. I don't know where he is. And absolutely incredible that he appeared. 6 months later, we were married. The marriage was lasting for 41 years. But I had demonstrated, and guess what? It's the same thing that I have manifested you guys as well. When I came here from Los Angeles, I said I wanted new friends. I didn't know anybody. And I was in Los Angeles, and I was on the web trying to find Science of Mind churches. Nothing came up except the one in Atlanta. And then when, and I'll get to it in a moment, something happened in my life. And I sat down, I said, I have a new group of people who I love and I connect with. And I would only ask for one, right? A good friend. And not only, but you, I do water aerobics. So I got a whole other bunch of people that I'm connected with and love. But it absolutely works, If you want that person in your life, you really have to believe that person is already there. Whatever relationship you want, I don't care how many times you've been married, divorced, or whatever it is, it's right there. But you have to spend the time, and it's a practice. And Ernest Holmes talked about that. And it's just like mindfulness is a practice. You have to put through it every day, believing and feeling that. So this is Walt, and we started a business together, and we went into the ministry, and the ministry helped us to get the foundations. We never wanted to open up a church or anything, but we went into science ministry and started talking to different groups. And so from that, after that particular time, our family went through crisis, different crises. And this is one of them. My handsome son back there, we didn't know if he was going to make it. I was told that he wasn't going to live, when he came out so fast. And so I had thought, I did all the steps that Ernest talked about, first recognizing that he's here, that right now that there's a higher power that flows through each and every one of us, through the mountains, through the stars and everything. Second one is unification, unified with that particular power. And then I demanded and talked about, okay, right now he's going to make it. He's going to make it now. I know he's going to make it, but nothing happened. He stayed in intensive care in the beds that they could get to fastest because they thought, okay, any minute he's going to leave. But what I realized, what I wasn't doing, is one of the last steps to let it go. Once you put it out there, you have to have that faith and release it, because I kept holding on to him. And do you know, when I released that step and released that feeling of trying to keep him here, I talked to him. I went through the intensive care and I said, okay, Ryan, if you have to leave, Mama understands. I want you here, but if you got to go, you got to go. And I had released him. Automatically, he started getting better. And a couple of days later, he was able to be released from the hospital. But then we adopted our other son, who has emotional challenges, emotional needs, and he was absolutely tearing the family apart, absolutely tearing the family apart with his behaviors. And I felt bad for Ryan and my other daughter, who we had adopted as well. And I thought, I said, "Oh, God, I turned into this angry woman, right? The angry woman. And I was always frustrated. And I ended up, I was with ABC, and I left there to take care of, because I knew I needed to be home with him. And through this, what came was asking Spirit, guide me. I have science in mind, but I need something more, God. I can't handle this. I don't know what I'm going to do. And so he led me to Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh is the person who brought mindfulness from the East to the West, and being able to be in the moment. And that's the practice going back to 2,500 years. So I was able to bring that into my practice. And so I went to his retreat. I couldn't believe it was just a couple of hours from Los Angeles, because I read his book, The Power of Mindfulness, a Miracle of Mindfulness. And I said, where is this man, you know? And it turned out he was just 2 hours away. So it was a monastery. And I got up there, and I was able to take classes and get certified through him directly. He just passed away a couple of years ago. But he was with Dr. Martin Luther King. This is Black History Month, and this is a tidbit for you on this particular month. They became really good friends because they would sit on the different boards and conferences and talk about ending the Vietnam War. And so they absolutely were connected through spiritual connections. And it ended up, there's a statue in the monastery with Thich Nhat Hanh has in Mississippi. He built the statue right here with Martin Luther King and him together. So just to briefly, these are some other things that I went through being in Los Angeles, the earthquake, not far from the house, right? Earthquake, and absolutely. And next is the fires. Not one, but two. Actually, we're moving here to Atlanta. I was evacuated from our house, didn't know we were going to be able to have the house, and this one was in escrow here, and thought we was going to lose it. And finally, we were able to escape and come here at that particular time. We were flying into Atlanta Airport, and the pilot comes on and says, we can't let you go in. We have to stay on the tarmac because there's a fire in Atlanta Airport. Never has there been a fire in Atlanta Airport, but it was all the construction. That's a whole other story with that. But this is the big thing that you guys don't know you helped me through. Walt passed away after 41 years together. And so coming here, and again, I'm thanking you for your loving energy, thanking Marcia and Dorothea, just for Sandy and Debbie for hugs. I'm just thankful for everybody in the music, but just all of you just brought my heart to a wonderful place. And I just came off of surgery, as you know, as well. But let me just talk to you about just a few minutes before we go, the scientific benefits of mindfulness. It helps with stress release, okay? It helps with pain reduction. That's why it's in pain clinics all over the place now. Even Kaiser is doing mindfulness, which I'm teaching for them. It absolutely changes your relationships and connects you. Okay? And these are some of the things that they're not, excuse me, this reduces stress and improves stress in memory and focus, resilience, sleep, well-being. And these are things, it's not a religion, it's a philosophy. It's not trying to get to a special feeling or have superpowers or visions, or trying to change feelings or control how you feel or control how you think, or getting rid of a habit. But guess what? Some of these things come true when you practice it. So mindfulness is paying attention in the moment without criticism, without judgment. Our minds have thoughts all day long, 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. That's what goes through our mind. So how in the world are we able to calm down? And so with mindfulness, it's being able to stay in the present moment. So it's observing the breath, it's observing the thoughts and the feelings as well. And so this is being in the moment. Oftentimes we get in our shower, going places, and we're already at the place and we're still in the shower because we're thinking constantly, right? And so it's an opportunity for us just to feel the water rushing down us. Just taking small moments in the day. It doesn't have to be a big practice. Cooking, smelling the food, moving the pots and pans, listening to the clink there, turning on the water, brushing your teeth. When you're standing in line and frustrated, listen to the sounds around you. Even when you're driving your car, just listen to the motor. Absolutely calming. And you become a better driver because you're paying attention, right? In the present moment. But also cooking, like I said, and cleaning. You'd be amazed at the vacuum, the sound. Oh, I got to do the vacuum. I got to clean, whatever it is. But make it a mindful moment by doing that, by listening to it, noticing your arms as it's moving, doing these different chores. So again, when we are not present and when we are allowing this mind to run away, we can't fix what we don't know. How can we clean a house if we can't see the dirt? And I say that because the mind just runs. And so oftentimes we want to go and do things and we want to start a business, start whatever we want to start, but something inside of us is held back. It's like putting your foot on the gas and at the brakes at the same time. But when you tune in, you can just listen to the thoughts and say, wow, that's the thought I'm having. And you're not aware. And then it takes just a small moment. It's just a practice, and you can choose another thought. That's the beauty of mindfulness. You can choose what you want to think. But again, it becomes a practice. And you know what? You get really calm because you're not connected to these thoughts, which become emotions, which go into your body and become illnesses, right? Because our body tells us what we're feeling all the time. So it's also a practice as you're listening to the thoughts and the chatter is tune into those emotions. Oh, I feel chest here. I see person I don't like. Oh, that type of thing. Where does this come from? It's in your body. And so when you open up, that's all you have to do. You don't have to make it go away. You don't have to judge it, criticize it, because that's who we are, right? These emotions help us tremendously. And so it's all really important and I'm going to go to another one, Marcia. This is what is important to understand if you don't take anything away today. We have a negativity bias built into us from caveman, from our ancestors, because they had to be on high alert, survivor alert. Right? They couldn't go into a cave and just walk into a cave. They wondered where the saber-toothed tiger is. What's going to get me? And so that's what's happening. That's why we have so many thoughts. If you tune in, it's like judgmental thoughts, criticism thoughts, comparing thoughts, all those thoughts. It's trying to protect us. So when we tune in, we can say, let it go. That's thank you. Thank you for sharing, right? Whatever. But the saber-toothed tiger is our emails. It's what's happening in the news now. Those are our saber-toothed tigers in today's climate, the politics. And so much is coming out. So what we can do is be able to open up, right? And let those feelings go because we're awareness. We think we're our minds and we think we're our bodies. Well, if we're our bodies, where's that 20-year-old body? Where's that 15-year-old body? And if we're our minds, when we were depressed last week, why are we still here today? We are awareness. And what happens when you begin to get into that awareness state, you feel your God self because a peace comes over you. a deep peace. And it's like you're flowing with God. You're in the state, you're in the flow, right? Because you've let go of all this stuff, all these thoughts. And guess what? One thought, or one emotion, excuse me, is hundreds of thoughts attached to it. So it's saying, I don't like that red candle. I remember that red candle when Joe gave it to me. I don't like him. We broke up. He was negative. He's an awful person. So the mind keeps going on. The thoughts keep connecting, connecting, connecting. And so when we tune in, it begins to stop on its own. Just like that. That awareness, and that's the power. That's your God self. Because awareness is the God always, always right there at the moment for you. And so when you align yourself with awareness, that power, you find that things just don't bother you like they used to. Things just don't have a place in your life, right? So I want to share this Cherokee story, a short story. A Cherokee grandfather was sitting with his grandson, and he says, you know, everybody has two wolves inside of them. One is evil, and one is pleasant. One is evil, is always into judging, anger, hatred, vile stuff. And the other one is pleasant, happy, joy, and love. And they're fighting each other. Everyone has this going on inside of them. And the grandson says, Granddad, what can we do? How can we stop it? And he says, by choosing which one you want. And so it's a choice. But if you don't know, like I said before, if you don't know what's going on inside of your head, you can't choose. So I'd like to, this is interesting too, with a monkey, you know, how they catch monkeys in different parts of Africa and Asia, is they have like this particular, it's like a pot, and they put food in there, and it has a small hole for him to put his hand in. And so what they do is put it so the monkeys can come and get the food. And the monkeys get caught that way because they're holding on. You know, they're holding on. They don't realize all they got to do is release and let go, and they can slip their hand out. And so that's the same thing with us. We have this, and we're like little monkeys. They call them monkey mind in China. Why? We're holding on to these old thoughts that no longer serve us. So no matter what's going on, and you turn on the news today or whatever, you can release it. You can sit there and listen to the news and just open up and let it go, right? And absolutely, you'll find that you have this love that comes up for yourself and for other people, no matter what side of the aisle they're on, you know, that they just don't know, or this person doesn't know. It doesn't matter. But your God self comes up and it accepts, but we're accepting the love within ourselves as well, because that's who we are. So when we do this, science of mind is a practice, and mindfulness is a practice of staying in the moment. And I'd like to conclude, if we can take a short journey together. May I use your seat for a second? Okay. I invite you to just sit in your, relax into your seats. And let's take a few gentle, deep breaths together. Breathing all the way down into your diaphragm. That's where your parasympathetic nervous system is, and it tells the rest of the body to relax. Slow, gentle, deep breaths. Now notice how you're feeling sitting in this seat in the present moment. How does your body feel in the seat? How does your back feel against the chair? Notice how your feet feel on the ground. Can you feel the clothes on your body? Any air that you can feel on your face or exposure of the hands or arms? being in the present moment, just here and now. Now notice what thoughts are coming up, and you can imagine yourself looking up at a sky, a beautiful blue sky. And there are thoughts that are coming up right now. And they may be in the form of clouds. If they're dark feelings, there's dark clouds. But notice how they're arising and passing in front of you. And as they pass, see them go into a loving sunlight, dissolving. So there may be another thought that's coming up. That's what the mind does, is continuous, 24/7. Allow it to come up. Keep breathing. Let the breath be on a natural cycle. And there may be a cluster of thoughts coming together. You can just say thinking, thinking. Now notice any part of your body that you might hold tension. Is in your stomach, in your chest, in your back. What part is clinging, clenching? Just put your awareness there. And see it as a cloud passing in front of you, going off into the light of love. Notice where else you're called to in your body. What is holding on? Just put your awareness there and allow it to leave. And I would like to say that this one treatment for all of us, that there is just one power, one God, that powerful energy, the law of life flows through everything, everyone here, right now. This is the recognition step that this power is in the mountains, in the sea, in the airplanes, beneath us, in gravity. Everywhere there is this power. Nothing is without this power flowing, even to the smallest ant, the smallest insect, to the biggest animals, and the whales and the elephants. And our next step is unifying. That power is right here inside of me now. That power lifts my spirit, lifts my body. Every cell in my body has this incredible power of healing, of loving, of light, radiating through me, radiating through my mind, through my thoughts, of creativity. All the thoughts of creating something, wanting to do something, they're not our thoughts, they're God's thoughts thinking through you. So you have a choice to follow your God self, your divine self that wants you to be more right now, wants you to have more, wants you to have the abundancy that He's already given you. Already given you. And it's just a matter of opening up and knowing that I have this in my life, regardless of what's happening in the government. That I am not affected by that because I know my higher power is always protecting me, loving me, showing me the way. And if I'm in an impasse right now, God knows the way. And I accept that way, knowing it's going to be better for me than I ever expected. Whatever relationships I need to work on, God is working through me, taking care of it. So I let go. I let go, knowing that all is well. And I give thanksgiving to you, divine power. Thank you for taking care of me. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being the love of my life, of taking me through the past, things I thought I'd never get through. You took me through ways I never thought of. You made the way. And so right now, I feel the love. I feel your love right in my heart. So breathe into your heart slowly, feeling this love. Feeling the love throughout your whole body, through your head, your arms, your legs. Radiate that love around you. Pouring out to the room, to everyone in this room. Pouring out every energy. It's a radiation, a frequency of love radiating through the whole county, through the whole city, through the whole state, through the whole country. Sending out the love for all those who are struggling, who are in fear. Send that light out, feeling it. And so we say, thank you, Father, Mother, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And when you're ready, come back into the room. I want to thank you for being here and going on that journey with me. Much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie.
Well, thank you, Janet, for that wonderful message. I can't believe we would let you come all this time without talking to us. What was wrong with us, huh? Sandy?
She was trying.
Okay. You've been trying. Okay, that's all you could do. I think we have the perfect song coming up to match your message. It's called There Is a Song in My Soul. Gotta get your tambourines up. Tambourines up, 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 up. There's a song in my soul. It sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. There's a song in my soul. It sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. 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 I am whole, I am whole, I am whole, I am whole. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. Take a breath and know that I am healed. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. 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 There is a song in my heart. It sings I am loved. Whispers in my ear. I am love. There's a song in my heart. It sings I am love. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. 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 right, get it, Shauna. There's no stopping that girl when she wants to dance. Go, Shauna. Go, Shauna. There's a song in my soul. It sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside. Pure, sweet joy. There's a song in my soul. It sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside. Pure, sweet joy. I am 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 joy. There's a song in my soul. Come on. Sings I am love. A beaming ray of spirit. I am love. There's a song in my soul. It sings I am love. A beaming ray of spirit. I am love. I am loved. 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 I am whole. I am healed. I am loved. I am loved. I am joy, joy, joy. I am hope. I am hope. I am healed. I am loved. I am loved. I am joy, joy, joy. I am peace. I am peace. I am well. I am well. I am well. All is well. Yeah, that was fun. That was a song for me because I'm healed and whole.
Hey,
And I'm back.
Yay. Hooray, hooray. That was great. I don't know, have we had that song before?
A while back.
Oh, I loved it. It was great.
That's a Karen Drucker song.
Ah, no wonder it's good, right? We do have a surprise maybe coming sometime in March, speaking of Karen Drucker music. So we'll talk about that later. I won't tell you now. It's a surprise. I don't want to spoil things because it may not happen. So we'll be careful. Anyway, hooray for Janet, y'all. Wasn't that fabulous? We are so blessed to have her as a part of our family. My goodness. Appreciation, gratitude, abundance rolled into one woman. Now we're coming to the part of our service that's called conscious giving. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in your bulletin. You can donate online by accessing your personal Breeze account using the Breeze mobile app on your phone. You can also donate electronically with your phone by using information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. If you donate online, either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contributions. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from the usher, who is Chris today. Now, as one consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Can you turn my piano up? Freely I give, freely I giving from my heart and from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. Well, this has been quite a day, hasn't it, y'all? Yay. We have more stuff coming. Next week, by the way, our speaker will be Miss Dorothea. Yay! Our very own Miss Dorothea. She always gives us wonderful messages, y'all, so don't miss it, all right? And Thursday nights is our midweek refresher. And Janet mentioned Raymond Bales, her book, and we're finishing up a book by Raymond Bales. So if you can join us at 7:30 here in the center, we'd love to have you. We'll be starting a new book in a couple of weeks, Dorothea? Yes, in 2 weeks, we'll be starting another book. So we'll let you know what that one's going to be. But please come join us here in the center if you can. It's a wonderful experience. Everybody gets together and chats and talks and enjoys each other and has a munchie. You know us. We have to have a munchie.
Have to.
And if anyone is in need of affirmative prayer, we have the cards over here on the table and the white box. So fill out the card in any way that you feel is going to be helpful. And Shauna and Dorothea pick up the cards, and on Mondays they sit down and they pray for you. They are very, very, very committed to that. And those prayers work, y'all. You all know that. So if you need some help, please help yourself. Do we have anybody new today? No? It's just a great old group that we are. Social media, you all know we're on everything. Facebook, TikTok, not quite sure what's happening with that quite yet, but we are on Instagram. So, and YouTube, no, she's crossing us, no. So we'll let you know what we're on or not on. So that's the closing for today. Again, I'd like to thank Janet, and let's invite her back so that we can hear some more of her wonderful experiences. And today, if you all would stand with me, and we'll do our closing affirmation. And when we are finished with our affirmation, let's all join hands in a circle, and we'll close out with the peace song together. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us. Only good comes to us. And so it is. Hooray!
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. The Spirit as our Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. with me. Yes, this is the moment now. Let every step I take, this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and reach peace eternally. Yes, yes,